the next ones we're going to talk about are exercise things or activity things, kind of. So anyway, find snacks that you enjoy that will help you reach your goals. Single, I still have a lot of my time to myself, and I can do this, you know? Oh, let me put this thing on. Oh my god. Anyway, like I was saying.
I will be in my watery grave. I can only leave you with the words my father gave me. Stand tall, have courage, and never give up. I only hope I can provide a better model in death than I did in life. Warmest regards, love.
How you doing? I've noticed that you're running away. I know that you're hurting, trying to get away from all the pain. Just drop all the bags down the joint and the liquor. They won't do no good, boy, just look in the mirror. Remember who you are and see that it's clear.
As you can see, I wear this shirt, this sweater. I worn it a lot this week because I got it this week. On top of t-shirts and such, tank tops. Probably the last day I wear it this week, we'll see.
Easy, for the Father's heart is gentle and humble, so just take it easy. Please take it easy, for his yoke is no problem, his burden is light. There's no need for a battle, no continue to fight. Oh, I know that a glance towards the future is uncertainty.
Okay.
But
I'm sitting on some brekkie, have blueberries, raspberry tea, and some eggs, egg whites, and cottage cheese. So, yeah, okay. I thought I'd chat a little while having breakfast so we can eat together a little bit. You know, if I was having breakfast, you can yam with me. My first thing is not cutting out my favorite foods. Knowing how many calories are in things helps me to know how I can fit them into my calories for the day. And also eating healthy foods that you enjoy. I don't sit here and try to stuff myself full of dried, unseasoned, steamed vegetables and a bunch of like onion something roasted whatever. I don't like the texture of onions. I'm not a huge fan. Let me eat some because I'm just here talking and my food's getting cold. This cat is a beggar. I can give you some, will you eat it? The next thing that I do, my next tip / the next thing I do, I'm doing to enjoy this cut, stay motivated. Again, another thing about motivation I just want to mention is like, I'm not usually motivated. I have to remind myself of my why frequently, especially when it comes to making food choices sometimes, like if I feel like just having snacks. And it's challenging. I think we need to stop talking about motivation and talk about consistency. But anyway, so the next thing, find snacks that you enjoy that will help you reach your goals. Like for me, one thing I really started enjoying is Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is amazing and it's so delicious. I love the taste. I've always loved it more than like regular yogurt, and it's much higher in protein. So yeah, for me it's been Greek yogurt. I started eating cottage cheese. Some people started eating cottage cheese, which some people have as a snack. I know protein bars are an option, but it's better to like, it's ideal to get this stuff from food and then supplement with like things like protein bars and protein powder after. I like to have kiwis and blueberries, you know, to get your other nutrients and antioxidants. Vitamin C is very important. Try to find snacks that you enjoy that will help you reach your nutrient goals, macronutrients, micronutrients, and it'll make you'll be over here killing it with reaching your macros and be like, damn, what happened? Like, it doesn't seem like I'm doing much, you know? Don't think about it too much. Like, I used to, when I started something, keep thinking about, okay, I'm on this day. I have this many more days to go. And again, cutting, you do have a certain amount of days left. But overthinking how many you have left will make it feel like such a long process. So don't think about it too much. Just stay consistent, stay on track. Anyway, I'm eat my food. We'll talk later. Here, I just got my next Gymshark package. This is the first one, and this is the one I just got. It's actually kind of heavy. It's some weight, so I'm excited to open this up, but I'm doing it for the next video, so not today. But if you want to see that unboxing / try-on, come back to the next vlog. I have my notes here, so I'm trying to make sure that I actually get everything I want to say, so you guys don't miss any of the juicy tidbits, juicy details, and things you can really take in your brain and yum on them, you know, really think, really savor. Oh my gosh, where is it? Okay, next thing is having a few delicious and easy meals that are nutritious and help you reach your goals that you can make several times a week, or say, yeah, or just a few times a week. So say you have like a set of like 4 or 5 recipes, and say you have like 2 breakfast recipes, 2 dinner recipes, and like 1 lunch recipe, or something like that. Or so you have 2 recipes for each meal. You can literally just like rotate. Like Monday I'm having breakfast number 1, lunch number 1, dinner number 2. Tuesday I'm having breakfast number 2, lunch number 2, dinner number 3, and so on and so forth. Or you could even have the same lunch like a few times in a row and then switch to the next one, or you could just have the same one all the time. And having that consistency, first of all, helps it makes it easier for you to go shopping. So you're not gonna go to the store and be like, oh my god, I don't know what to buy, because I don't know, I wanted to make tacos, but I also wanted to make a stir fry, and I also wanted to make these like udon noodles, and I also wanted to make like some kind of fried rice, and I also wanted to make like, no, that's just too much guesswork, too much thinking. You'd also end up spending more money than you maybe wanted to. So it helps you save money, it helps you be clear about when you're shopping for your food and when you're making your food. And you don't need this to be, but it's best if these meals are quick to make. It'll definitely help you be like 90% consistent, for example, because you're having things that you know what's in them. And it can also maybe take off the pressure of tracking, because if you eat the same thing every day, same portions, whatever, you know what's in it. If you feel like you need to take a break from tracking, you don't have to track that because you know what's in it, you know, for example. So yeah, having consistent meals help you stay consistent, as long as make sure that they're delicious, because it'll make the whole process much smoother and easier for you. Okay, my camera is complaining because it's low on power, but okay, the next tip still has to do with food, and then the next one's we're going to talk about or exercise things or activity things, kind of. So anyway, but one thing that's really helped me is fitting in things that I enjoy, indulgences, if you will. Cookies. I love cookies. I love cake, and I'm sure a lot of you heard of crumble cookies, and you'll see it in my last vlog. I actually went to crumble cookies, and it's not the first time I've been there, but it's one of the times I've gone. And love crumble cookies, and each cookie is about on average 500 to 600 calories per cookie. That's, you know, a lot of calories for a cookie. So what I'll do is, if I know I'm going to crumble, I will maybe eat. So if I eat a crumble cookies, for example, I'll usually maybe have like half a cookie, which is about like 300, and then the next day I might eat a little less, or I might just maybe take out another snack that day for that indulgence. And that way I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, you know? Because a lot of times it's easy for people, like I know one reason why I stopped in the past a lot was because I felt like I was missing out on something. So I would just give up because I was like, okay, it's not worth it. No, I mean, depends on if it's worth it for you, you have to decide. But that maybe, I don't know, that doesn't have to be the reason that you stop. There are ways to make it work. So yes, make room in your life for indulgences. That's one thing that really helps me out.
you've done is, in that hip flexion, you've lined up the piriformis perfectly. You've disadvantaged the glute medius, the glute minimus. Working your right leg, this would be ipsilateral, holding on your right hand. And contralateral would be working your right leg, but holding on your left hand. Need more tension. I would more highly recommend just holding 2 dumbbells. I think that is the best bet. If you only are going, it's not like you're going to be slapping on like 2 fucking like meat slabs on, and all of a sudden have no neck and look like a UFC fighter. It's like, it's not what's going to happen when you work a little bit of traps. I promise. It's not. It doesn't turn you into some crazy masculine, person. And I just want people, let's talk about some things we can do. Because yes, okay, your goal is to build the medial delt, and so I understand the goal is not to build the traps. You have a slight, let's take the dumbbells out to the sides. Now, once you reach about shoulder height, if you're trying to get a little bit higher than that, yes, there will be an up component to the movement, absolutely. But you want to initiate.
All right, what if you can tell how gloomy the weather is by looking, but it's very gray today. It's a little misty, and here I'm walking to my car. So I gotta talk about my next point, which is staying active. It's really important to get and stay active while you're cutting, especially since cutting is about a calorie deficit. Obviously, the main place you want to cut your calories is in your food, but by not being active, you can make the process a lot harder for yourself. And I will talk about my personal experience with that. It is chilly. Where are you going? You do not need to do that wide. That kind of wide turn. Just, can you hurry the hell up, please? Oh my god, this guy is going so long. Excuse me, sir. Some of the places to be. Do you not know where you're going? Like, I actually don't understand. Oh my god. Anyway, like I was saying. Okay, so my next tip is getting and staying active. So a lot of the calories that you burn per day, which is where you're going to subtract calories from for cutting, actually come from your, people drive like their cars, your total daily energy expenditure. Most of it is NEAT and BMR, and then there's exercise and stuff like that. So in your NEAT would be things like steps and like, non-exercise activity. If you just depend on your workouts, and you're not someone that works out like 2 hours every session or something, you're not gonna be burning as many calories as you think you are. So it's important to make sure that you're staying active, because you could end up underestimating your calorie burn, and then you think that you're doing, oh my god, this stand, I need to get a new one. Underestimating your calorie burn, and then you think you're doing something wrong because you just got the math wrong, when in fact, you could just be burning less than you expected to. So for example, my first 8 weeks of my cut, I only lost about 4 to 5 pounds, and that's because I thought I was going to be burning 2,500 calories a day, but because my steps were less than 7,000 on average, I was burning more like 23. So I was eating 2,000 calories, and so I was burning 300 calories a day. So I lost half a pound instead of a pound a week, which is still really good, but it was less than I wanted to, and it was less than I expected to be burning every week. Because of that, and because I know that now, I've adjusted my calories. So now I'm making sure I get 7,000 steps on average daily, at least, and I'm eating a little less, so that even if I'm not that active on a day or something, I know I burned at least 500 calories that day. So just letting you know, make sure that you're staying active, because it can make a big difference in your calorie burn, and also it's just good for your health, and you'll feel better. Hello, another car chat. So we're on to one of my last tips. We talked about getting active, food, and these ones, honestly, for me, are some of the most important ones, because these tips are what help me day to day really get through the nitty gritty, the hard stuff about cutting, because it's hard. Like, it's simple, it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it's not easy. Trust the process. It's so important to, first of all, do your research. which is what I keep saying, and I'm not joking, because there are times where I've lost weight successfully in the past, but what do we consider successful? Just the fact that you lost, or the fact that you kept it off? And you might have a different answer to this than I do, and to each their own. But for me, it's definitely actually being able to keep it off, because what good did those... I mean, of course, I learned from those experiences, which is something that money can't buy. But in terms of where I am now, fat loss, and getting towards my goals, physically, those experiences didn't help me necessarily, but they did push me to learn. But it's not like it added to my fat loss, because I just gave it back because I wasn't able to maintain it. So you have to do your research, learn from the right people, which is why I keep pointing people to people that I'm learning from that are like actually giving proper advice, because I had the wrong advice for so long. And once you have the answers, they also talk about like things that happen, things won't always be linear. Then go ahead and trust the process. Adjust where you need to, but trust the process. Because as long as you're in a calorie deficit, you're getting your activity in, you most likely, I can't make any promises, but you'll see results, because what it takes is a calorie deficit. Seriously, like, it's not, you don't have to have some magic detox tea. That stuff doesn't even work anyway. You don't have to detox tea, or you don't have to do paleo or keto, or even be vegetarian, or be an omnivore. Like, it's about a calorie deficit. You make it work with your lifestyle. Do what you have to do. Have the things that you are going to commit to doing, and trust the process. Of course, some people don't have the luxury to make these changes because they don't have the access to the food that they need to have the access to. But if you are able to make the change and you want to, get your hands on some proper information and make it happen. The last thing that, for me, I feel like it's kind of a funny tip, because when you think about it, it's like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. But the time is going to go by anyway. You've probably heard this before. But, I mean, really think about it, right? You just have to decide if by the time whatever date rolls around, or that time that you would have been done, your calorie deficit comes around, you're cut, where do you want to be? You know, it could be as simple as making that decision. And this is really what keeps me going. I'm like, okay, I want people to look back and say, I did that, you know? And not just in terms of a cut, in terms of exercising. I've seen the difference in my body from 2 months of exercising. My quads are popping out, my legs look different, they feel different, my energy, I feel amazing. And I'm like, there's no way I'm stopping now. Those are my things, my tips, if you will, how I stay motivated, how I stay consistent during a cut, and how I keep going, because it's not easy, but if you set your mind to it, you can do it. And if you make things happen and you make adjustments in your life, you can do it. You don't have to give up everything. You don't have to give up your whole soul. You don't have to sign your soul over to whoever the hell to make fat loss happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any things that help you as well. Be sure to share this with anybody that might need to hear these things today. And share this on social media if you have it. And yeah, let's have a little conversation down below. I like to hear your thoughts. And be sure to share some love and positivity. And I hope this video is added to your day in some way. And if you are in a cut right now, let's go. You know, let's get this done. Let's get this work in. Let's get in. Let's get out. I'm ready to start just, you know, have a little more food. Life is better with more food. Let's not lie to ourselves. And yeah, thank you for watching. This is Vlogmas Day 3. I'm just so grateful to have you guys, and I'm grateful to welcome in more community members. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Have an awesome day, fam, and I hope you're having a great holiday season.